Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Another collab beer. We're up to, what? This is the second collab beer that we brought home from Beer Tube Palooza, and it was given to me by the Nerds on Skies again. This one was this sucker, which I've been trying to track down. I'm very happy to get a can of it. It is Farmstead and the Alchemist. It's their Flood Relief IPA. Now, those that aren't familiar, they had a flood up in Vermont, and they had a lot of damage and stuff like that, so they decided to get together. They decided to make this beer. Proceeds, I assume, written on the back will detail that, go to Flood Relief. Two of these seminal New England breweries. So what do we have going on here? We have Farmstead Brewery and Alchemist. It's their Flood Relief IPA, Greensboro and Stowe, respectively, for the breweries. 7% alcohol by volume IPA. This is canned 8.3. It's $9.23. You're talking about a month and a half plus. Farmstead Flood Relief IPA. It says, our mutual love for our vibrant state. We have come together to craft this beer and raise money for Vermont Flood Relief. 100% of all the beer sales, 100% of all the beer sales will go directly to Vermont-based funds to support our neighbors' farms and Main Street businesses. Made in Vermont for beautiful Vermont. Thank you from Farmstead and Alchemist families. Very cool. You know, label-wise, it's Vermont. So this beer is long gone. So it's not one of those things where it's like value and availability and all those kind of things. You know, they're two of the, like I said, OG New England breweries here in the United States. So if I like this beer, if I love this beer, I find it kind of meh, it doesn't matter. Should have bought it anyway. It's all been bought. But when breweries get together for a good cause, honestly, that is the rhyme or reason why community exists, whether it is your local community, the beer community, whatever you do. It's times like this when shit gets real, we all come together, we do positive things. That makes this beer Mount Rushmore on its own without even trying it. Let's put it that way. So label-wise, we're in it, we live it, we got it. Beer-wise, yeah. I mean, honestly, it really does look like classic old school New England style haze. You know what I mean? Pre-New England, ultra New England haze, BJCP defined New England haze. Very much looks like Fiddlehead. It very much looks like Sip. Very much looks like Hetty. The old school, you know what I mean? Old school drum beating craziness when it comes to haze. That rich orange glow, a little bit darker, not ultra turbid, but hazy by any means, with this nice kind of just soft, barely off white kind of head. Let's get a nose, get a little sniffle. Might not be the best. Yeah. A little bit of citrus, a little bit of ranky-dank, nothing too crazy, nothing over the top, very much orange marmalade for me. Again, like I said, got a little sniffly thing. So I might not be doing it the best justice on the nose, but it smells quite nice. Again, I'm leaning heavily back into those old school OG New England style hazies. Again, we can keep repeating Fiddlehead, you know, Sip of Sunshine, all that kind of stuff. It is what that is, in a very much kind of true, kind of classic kind of form. Stuff in. Cheers, y'all. Yeah. It very much Alchemist vibes here. But again, you know, not to dismiss this I would call it mouthfeel hill hop Alchemist, because there's this ranky-dank weedy thing going on. Nice kind of malt bill to it. Definitely not brewer sugar level stuff. This is definitely all grain, nice malt driven kind of IPA with this really sturdy bittering, ranky-dank, a la very much weedy kind of thing going on here. Very, very drinkable beer. It drinks all the part of the 7% alcohol that is, while at the same time being creepily drinkable. And it really does kind of take me back to the way these beers kind of drank, you know, in the early aughts, moving into the teens, and how they had this kind of like, you know, the hazies were still trying to find their identity. And there was just this kind of, okay, we got this ranky weedy thing. We love our West Coasties, but we want our own kind of personality to our beers. So we have this kind of nice, fruity, rich tropical kind of thing going on with the hops too. We're not afraid of either end of the spectrum. Well, mouthfeel too. Let's get a little bit hazy, get a little bit softer, but at the same time retain itself being a little bit drinkable, or a little bit drinkable, very drinkable. It's very much the DNA of what those beers were when all these breweries were on the come up. And now, listen, Alchemist makes them, Hill makes them, they may all make these big New England hazy, trap out all bitterness, super turbidity. I dig them, you dig them, you know you do, even if you say you don't, you do. But this is very much kind of old school. In a very fun way. In a very, very fun way. Yeah, I dig this. I like this. From the malt bill being sturdy and bold, the way the hops are coming off, and it's very ranky-dank kind of weedy thing, but you're still getting that nice kind of tropical fruitiness to it. Nothing's over the top here at the same time. It's very boisterous. It's the volumetricness of this beer. The volume of this beer is big, but at the same time it's universal, and not one thing's overpowering each other. For a good cause, too. That does not suck. It's one of those things where it's very, very tasty. Let's put it this way. 7%, it's an IPA. It's not a double IPA as far as I'm concerned. Is it Mount Rushmore's ass? It's probably on the outside looking in. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Have I had IPAs that have done it a little bit better for me? Yes. 4 more have done it better for me. Is it one of the more refreshing? And I mean that both in a literal and a figurative sense that I've had as of late. Yes. That's where this comes into play. It's not so much that it's just knee-jerk, visceral, this is tastier than all the other ones saying straight. There's something so nostalgic about this, while at the same time being very, very new. It foots a bill. It scratches an itch that just doesn't get itched that much. And it's fun. Oh shit, who would have thunk it? Beer is fun. And for a good cause. And that's the other part of the spectrum here. I mean, we can talk about the beer. It's delicious. It's fantastic. Tropical fruits, orange marmalade stuff, weedy characteristics, really nice silky mouthfeel without being turbid. The beer is the beer. It's for a good cause, but the cause doesn't end with the beer. When areas like Vermont and other areas are struck with natural disasters like this, it's great. It's absolutely great that breweries get along and do things like this and pass the proceeds onto it. But there's so much more work to do, and it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy for everybody to help. And how do you do that? When you go to Vermont, shop local. You know what I mean? I know y'all. Most of my watchers get people from all over the globe, but there's a good portion of you from the northeastern United States. A lot of you make your pilgrimages to Hill Farmstead, to Alchemist and stuff like that. And I'm sure you all patronize, but a lot of it's drive up there, grab your beer, come home. I know some of you don't, but I know a lot of you do. Next time you go up there, if you're buying a beer, you go to Hill Farmstead, you go to Alchemist, you go to Stowe, you go to wherever you're going, just don't dip out. You know what I mean? Stop at the local store. See what they got. They might have a great sandwich. Maybe they have great coffee. Maybe they have some cans you didn't know about. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe stay overnight. Maybe walk around downtown, buy a little trinket or bauble or something like. That's how you really help in the grand scheme of things when this kind of things happen. Because these people that throw their hearts and minds and everything they have into these businesses are most likely going to build back. Because that's what they know, that's what they do, that's what they want to be. And it's great for them to get help, and it's great for them to be assisted back onto their feet. But it's patronizing their businesses, it's visiting them, it's interacting with them, really is what's going to help bring them back completely, if not, I shouldn't say completely whole, as close to whole, because chances are they can't come completely back because they've probably lost some kind of thing that was an essence of the building that got washed away. Who knows? Next time you're out there, instead of just driving back down, stop at a local place, stop local downtown, stop at a local brew pub, stop at a local good shop. It doesn't matter what it is. Hang out, find something cool, experience the area for more than just the breweries, help that area build back. That'd probably be the best thing you could do. Besides commenting on this video. Yeah, nobody does anyway. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think we've all been there. You know, I've been in some pretty crazy situations as far as, you know, natural disasters, living in the Northeast with snow and hurricanes and flooding and stuff like that. I understand what they're going through, and just, you know, such a beautiful state with such beautiful people deserve, you know, all the help they can get. Back to the beer. Yeah. Again, not Mount Rushmore status for me, but again, a Mount Rushmore status of fun and good-heartedness. Value and availability, it's gone. It's not going to come back. Maybe they do it again. They raise more money if they do. Just buy it again. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like New England Haze, more specifically old school, you will dig this. Hill Farmstead, Alchemist. Have you been to the breweries? Have you had a bunch of their beers? Have you had this? Now, I don't know if they did, and maybe if you could correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all know better than I do. Was this like Hill did a bunch and then Alchemist did a bunch? And if there is there a variance between the two? We're talking strictly beer stuff. Curious what your feelings are about the beer. And yeah, there you go. Review in the books. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of collaboration goodness beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.